Presenting our officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Herbert Mathematico, Asian International Referee. Second referee, Mr. Patrick Alan Castillo, National Referee. Let us welcome our starting lineup from our Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Let's begin with their team captain. She wears jersey number 2, Abigail Maranyo. At number 8, Ea Laure. Wearing jersey number 9, EJ Laure. At number 10, Victonara Galang. At number 11, Alina Joyce Bicar. Wearing jersey number 16, Zarina Grace Carandang. Starting libero is number 19, Jennifer Nerva. Head coach, Mr. Emilio Kung Fu Reyes Jr. Presenting our Petrogas Angels. Team captain wear jersey number 9, Mary Remy Joy Palma. At number 2, Janelle Welch Cheng. Wearing jersey number 8, Aiza Maizo Pontillas. At number 10, Brooke Ann Van Sickle. Number 13, Marjana Phillips. And at number 20, Jonah Sabete. Starting libero is number 22, Baby Love Barbon. Head coach, Mr. Koji Tsuzurabara. This match is under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. Match number 68, day 1 of the
preliminary round, Chery Tiggo won in 5 sets, but Petrogas didn't have MJ Phillips during that time, as Van Sickle starts things off with that cross-court attack.
Might as well call her Brooke Van Sizzle with the way that she has been putting up these monster numbers this whole conference. I mean, we talked about her in the pregame, Ayel. She has made such a good impact on this Petrogas team. As I've mentioned, not only, can she do it all, she's such a versatile player, but she's a kind of teammate that really motivates and encourages her other teammates to level up their game.
That's right. Brooke Van Sickle, as you mentioned, a complete package, but it's all not skills for her, as she became the leader also for this Petro Gazz Angels, helping the team captain and Rani Palma.
As we get back to this match, we are at a deadlock. 1-1 to start things off in this first set. They go to Phillips, soft touch, read well. They go to Laure. Cheng finds Brooke, and Brooke just challenging the blockers as we turn it over to Franny Reyes. Go ahead, Franny.
Thanks, Billy. I want to talk about MJ Phillips, who is starting for the Petro Gazz Angels today. She told me that when she first came back, she actually had a one-on-one interview with Coach Koji so that they would be able to build trust with each other. And in that first game back, she was actually quite scared and nerve-wracking. But today, she's here as a veteran. She's been here before with the Petro Gazz Angels, and now their job is to make sure that the new players like Brooke will find it as calm, or will be as calm and collected as they are. She learned a lot of mental toughness and resiliency in her stint in Korea, and these are all things that she will bring to the Petro Gazz Angels to help them in this semi-finals journey. This report was brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Get the most extensive PVL coverage for only 149 pesos a month. Back to the game.
Thank you so much for that report, Franny. It's very interesting as well because I got the chance to talk to MJ through the fan stream when we hosted the fan stream one time, and she said she was a bit nervous coming back to the Petro Gazz Angels kasi syempre ang daming nagbago, ang daming nangyari. And sa lagay na yan, MJ Phillips being nervous after an international stint, but parang di naman siya ninenervous sa game na to.
But do you also understand where it's coming from? Because this conference so far has been, you know, very tight, very close up until the last day of the preliminaries. And you just know all teams will fight for every point. As again, we mentioned it on top of the coverage. It is a race to the top 2 spot.
That's right. All our games hold a lot more weight, but right now, MJ Phillips. And can you see any changes in the way that she's been playing now in this game and their previous game to when she was here a year ago?
Well, definitely compared to their previous game, she was still adjusting. But right now, you know, it wasn't as hard for her to adjust because that connection has always been established between her and Cheng.
Well, we'll see how she will perform today. But right now, the Petro Gazz Angels looking like they're outsmarting the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
That's right, you perfectly said it, outsmarting, because it's not even power hits. Those were just soft touches that they're winning. As you see this sequence, great recovery there from Maizo Pontillas, and Palma just ready to dump that one.
Just a very confident Petro Gazz team that we're watching right now. Here comes Sabete, denied. Janelle goes back to Sabete again. That was Aya who picked it up. Cheng goes to Maiza Pontillas. So we got a rally going on here. Laude. They go to Brooke from the back row. And Van Sickle with a pipe.
Van Sickle has all been power so far from the front row to the back row.
And this spike of the set is brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng Bayan.
Right on the spot. No one there for Chery Tiggo.
So far, so good for the white shirts. They're up by 3. They go to Baraño. Aiza popped up by Abby. They send this one to Aya from the back row. Has a version of her own.
Well, we know that if Vicar needs a point, she will try to look for Aya Laure. She activates her from the back row. Palma having a touch of that. But that was a difficult one for a cover.
And you're talking about Alina Vicar as well. And you told me that she brings a lot of steadiness and stability to this Chery team.
Again, this team for Chery Tiggo, a lot of individual talents. We mentioned that earlier, but it's always the setter that allows the spikers to shine and, you know, have the opportunity to get a point or deliver a point. And Vicar has been amazing in terms of orchestrating the offense of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
You're absolutely right. Alina, just one of those steady setters as Maizo Pontillas puts it away for Petrogas.
You know, for Chery Tiggo, they need to find a way to slow down the Petro Gazz Angels in this game as Nang Aiza Maizo Pontillas get that point with a down-the-line attack.
Petrogas leads by 2. They need a good swing. They go to Laude, blocked. Good coverage from Chery. Cheng finds Brooke again. Laude tries, and Laude is successful.
Laude is like a version of Van Sickle.
The local version.
Right, delivering majority of the points early on in the set for the crossovers.
Check that, not local, because Brooke is considered a local.
Right.
She is half American, half Filipino. So let's just call Aya the Chery Tiggo version. Here comes Sabete, denied. She'll try again from the left.
Sabete trying to go for the hands of the blockers that time, but no go for her.
And one thing that we've noticed about Jonah Sabete as well, she has been consistent this whole conference here. I think this is her best performance in all her years here in the PVL.
She finished the preliminaries as the second best spiker, and that speaks a lot with her improvement for this confidence. As Petro Gazz Angels gives out the free point.
And we go to our first technical timeout. Chery Tiggo leads 8-7. Arena Plus, a stig sa sports. Back here at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City, Chery Tiggo versus the Petro Gazz Angels. We have the veterans of the Angels on your screens, and of course, Brooke Van Sickle, who took the PVL by storm. The Chery Tiggo Crossovers finished our preliminary round as a third seed, and they are out to wreak havoc here in our semifinals, but not under Maiza Pontida's watch. And Zakarandang, of course, former Lady Tamarao. As we get back to this match, that was a good serve from Chery Tiggo. It's a 3-0 run here for the Crossovers. Karandang. Cheng sends it over. That's going to be a violation for Janelle Cheng. Another point here for the Crossovers.
A couple of errors as well coming from the Petro Gazz Angels. They have to be careful with these errors, that despite the fact they're committing this in the early stage of the set, it can cost them towards the end stretch.
And these are errors that are easily avoidable. Rayel just grazing the net. Here comes Cheng, finds Palma. Too much angle in the attack, goes outside.
So errors of Petro Gazz giving Chery Tiggo free points, but also giving Chery Tiggo more confidence.
We have Coach Koji having a word with our first referee as we get back to the match at hand. Van Sickle tries one. Great coverage from Chery Tiggo. Laure powers her way through. Cheng to Brooke again. Not yet. Sabete this time. Laure. Great exchanges from both teams and great coverage from both squads as well. Aya will try, and Aya is on fire here in Pasig.
That's right. Aya Laure has been unstoppable so far in this set, finding all ways to score a point this time, going for the hands of Cheng.
That is her third point of the ball game. And Aya the Slayer, I believe she is fondly called by the fans. As Petrogas will call for time.
get there. One cushion, hey!
Makaabang lang sila sa loob lagi. Ayaw niyo ko. Tsagaan. Tsagala. Okay, 1 point at a time. 1 point at a time. Kung halo. Hindi ka makukuha sa akin.
It's okay, simple.
Dito ko lang.
It's okay.
Me, Coach Granny.
Nani.
Sige.
Next month.
Magiging call ko kami. Okay, let's go. Hey, Petrogas Angels!
The postseason of the association is finally here. Watch the 2024 NBA playoffs only on NBA TV Philippines, One Sports and Pilipinas Live. Hashtag everyone's game. Hashtag NBA on Signal.
Coach Koji there with a sense of urgency to call the timeout as Chery Tiggo is starting to gain momentum right now, and Petrogas can't let Chery Tiggo have a big lead at this point.
It's a 6-0 run for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. The momentum has shifted to the side of the red shirts. What will Petrogas do? And that is outside. So a bunch of errors really piling up here for the Angels, Ayel.
And not only from one player,
But everybody
exactly.
collectively.
Sabete, Palma, and Van Sickle, and all of this coming from offense, coming from attacks. So they really need to polish up early on.
Especially against a team like Chery Tiggo. And they know a thing or two about getting away with a win from the errors of the opponents. And finally, we have Petrogas getting a point.
And this is what Coach Koji also was telling earlier, more sets to Palma. They want their middle attackers to be more involved in attacking, as it was only Karandang there against Palma. Almost an easy outing for Palma.
Palma is our team captain, has shown a lot of leadership here in our All-Filipino conference. Great dig by Van Sickle. Sabeta from the back row is no good. Great save by Nang Aiza. Aya. Janelle to Brooke. Goes cross.
Brooke has been targeting the zone of Nierva again and again while she is in the front row earlier this time. Now that she's back on the front row, still on the same zone, Nierva still can't find a way to slow down or stop Van Sickle.
And she can be unstoppable, really, when she just fires away with her attacks, and we know how that goes. So finally something going here for the Petrogas Angels. As Coach Kung Fu this time will call for timeout.
Okay naman yung ano natin, okay naman ang pasa. Nagkakatalo tayo kung paano kayo mag-start ng atake nyo. Yung approach natin, masyadong mabagal, tapos hindi naman nag-accelerate sa gitna. Kung ano yung tempo mo nung unang hakbang hanggang sa dulo, ganun lang. Yung 1-2 ang pinaka-importante, regardless, kahit makaisanda ang hakbang ka dyan, pero ang pinaka-importante, yung last 2 steps mo. So ang nangyari lang, 4 na hakbang lang. So kailangan maganda yung galaw. Kasi mapapalo naman natin eh. Ang problema yung binaayos ang last action natin ha. Kabila na lang, hiwalay lang, tuloy mo lang yun.
We just heard Coach Kung Fu have that heart-to-heart talk with Karandang. You know, some small reminders about small details in how Karandang has to move and approach the ball. And we heard Chang Abi as well towards that end saying, listen to instructions. That's what they need right now. Actually, for both teams, whoever gets to execute will definitely have a bigger chance to win this game.
You're absolutely right, Ayel, but so far here, you know, for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, mukha namang si Aya Taure ang sumusunod sa mga instructions because she has just been scoring point after point here for the Crossovers. That is point number 4 for her.
And we expected that. We expected that a lot of sets will be given to Laure.
Laure averaging 12.4 points per game here in our All-Filipino Conference. Cheng will go to Palma with a running attack, and you did say that they wanted to activate the middles.
As Palma delivers a point once more off that running attack, took advantage of that loose block of Ea Laure, who was still in transition for that block.
Great connection also. Palma and Cheng have been teammates for quite a while now. 2-point lead for Chery Tiggo. Laure again!
Laure with a perfect execution there. I mean, it's no easy job to get that ball pass through Van Sickle and MJ Phillips, but look at Ea Laure avoiding the blockers to get that point.
Great placement there by Ea Laure. She will serve as Cheng will find Brooke. She is blocked. And that does not happen very often, Ayel.
Aragalang with a solid one against Van Sickle.
We also featured her a while ago, Aragalang, one of the newest additions here for Chery Tiggo. And I want to talk about her role as well as Abby's role in this team. Ayel, what do they bring to this crossovers team?
Well, they are added maturity and experience for this, relatively young squad. The reason why they are a good mix inside the court is because there are very talented young individuals, but they also have veterans who can carry them with experience and maturity.
So
And that is Aragalang and Abby Maraño.
They really added, that sense of stability to, as you mentioned, this relatively young Chery Tiggo team. And right now, they are up 15-12. EJ tries her hand at scoring, gets the point. As we turn over to our second technical timeout, Chery Tiggo still in the lead, 16-12. Awesome live sports viewing is guaranteed with Signal yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Switch now and get up to 3 months with no cash out. Visit www.signal.tv/switch for more details. And we are welcome back with another point from the crossovers and the famous handshake ni Chang Abby.
And we talked about this earlier, the blocking of Chery Tiggo. They are third overall, and that's what's working for them so far as Abby Maraño gets another kill block against MJ Phillips.
So far, things working really well here for the Chery Tiggo crossovers. MJ Phillips is blocked by none other than the Chang herself, Abby Maraño. You have another veteran on the court now. You have Chisaet make an appearance for the first time. And she will give it to Aiza. So that's going to be a net touch violation on a Chery Tiggo crossover.
Adjustments now starting for Petrogas with Chisait in for Cheng. And an instant point there off that reverse set of Sait.
And we know that Said, that she is an institution here in the Petro Gazz Angels, has been here
right.
for the longest time. They bump it to Laure. Said finds Aiza again.
Again, this is the luxury that Petrogas has. They have players coming off the bench who are always ready to deliver. As Saet goes to Maizo Pontillas once more to get another point.
If there's one person you can count on, that's Nang Aiza to lead the way for you. Aragalang with a soft touch, a smart move by Ara.
So her volleyball IQ is really her strength here offensively, as she found that hole on the floor defense and made Tiemperatura work for that one.
And really noticing also that there wasn't anyone in that spot.
Right.
Brook from the back row. Great coverage from Galang. Babalik sa Chery. They bump it again to Laure. Blocked. Aya from the back. Maizo Pontillas hammers through the block.
Van Sickle has still struggled to get a point, but it has been Maizo Pontillas being unstoppable here for Petrogas, always powering through the blockers.
Consecutive points here for Nang Aiza. Laure tries her hand, not yet. Saet sends it over to Jonah. And Jonah Sabete is blocked.
Chery Tiggo has done a good job slowing down the top two scorers of the Petrogas Angels in Van Sickle and Sabete. The reason why they are struggling a bit in terms of offense.
You're right, you know, Ayel, we haven't seen much of Brooke, surprisingly, because this team relies heavily on her.
Right. And we also talked about how crucial is the efficiency of Sabete. And we haven't heard so much from both of these players.
As the Angels call for time again, let's listen in.
One more. Long the top. Long. Okay. Long. It's okay, block target. Don't do that through the block. Jump the target. Target, yeah.
Hindi pwede save. Not save.
One more. I go.
Enjoy.
Easy. About 5 points.
Enjoy tayo, enjoy. Okay, one by one. Let's go. Petro Gazz. Angels. Enjoy.
Coach Koji saying 5 points, easy.
Take it easy, enjoy. I think those are the words that we got out of that timeout, was for them to just enjoy the match.
Amy Hernandez on your screens.
Looking good as always, looking fresh as always. We miss seeing her on the court. Should be happy right now. There's a 5-point lead here for Chery Tiggo as we shine the spotlight on Aya Laure. Activate trap card. 136 points here in our All-Filipino conference with a reception efficiency of 34.1. So yun nga yung masasabi nating Achilles heel ni Aya.
Aya Laure has been that go-to player in this game.
And what about that? A much-needed momentum booster for the Petro Gazz Angels. They have been struggling here in our first set. Let's take a look at this. Access denied.
Better with a solid one there. Hands pressed in. Could be an impact play here for them. That was the first
That's
point
just the first point of Sabete. Very surprising turn of events here in our first set. Babalik sa Chery. Petrogas has it now. They go to Sabete. Off the block, 2 points and 2 straight ones here for Jonah Sabete.
Now we see Petrogas really working hard for every point. They want to close this gap.
That is just 2 points for Sabete, who is averaging 14 points per game in our AFC. Bicar to Maraño. Almost a good one. Di lang naitaas ng maayos ni Palma.
Right, but you have to credit also Bicar with her playmaking, always putting only one blocker to her attackers, and that makes it more easier for them to score a point.
Maraño to serve. That is outside. Service error for Abby. Chance here for the Angels.
Again, for the Angels, they would want to make a run here. This is a 3-point lead, but for Chery Tiggo, they want to keep this lead. They would need a side out right away.
As we see Chami checking in for the first time in this game. She's a steady server. Bicar finds Karandang, denied. Laure, Temperatura, Saet goes to Palma.
Saet really has provided some stability here in the offense of the Petrogas Angels. Recognizing Palma was ready for that back set.
As you said, Petrogas has that luxury. They have a deep bench, lots of talented players in their pool. Just at the net, won by Petrogas. They find Brooke. Dug up by Jen. Chi, back set. That's a little bit of a miscue here for the Angels, costly error for them.
That's right. That set was also too tight. Ea was ready for that block. Solid one coming from Ea.
You see rin Palma with the extension of the arm, pero mas nauna na si Ea. Chi to Brooke. And there is something going on here with Brooke Van Sickle.
Yeah, but also, it has been the blocking really of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. You know, they did their homework, they're executing, they're blocking really well. The blocking formation just too hard there for Van Sickle.
Chery Tiggo, 4th best blocking team, averaging 2.18 per set here in the AFC. So far, it has been working for them this match. They go to Brooke again, opts for a different approach. And because, you know, we have the blocking here of Chery Tiggo so prominent in this match, Ayel, what does Brooke need to do?
Well, for Brooke, she really needs to put more variety in her attacks.
Just like this.
Just like this. An off-speed attack, everyone was ready for a power hit. She needs to play smarter because her power hits are easily read by the crossovers.
And if there's anybody that can play smart, we know that it's Brooke. This is a 3-point game again. We have Ivy Perez now on deck to serve. Bicar to Karandang for the quick. Another miscue for the Petrogas Angels will send Chery Tiggo to set point.
Errors really hurting the Angels in the set.
And makikita mo, Ayel, no, yung atmosphere dito sa Chery Tiggo, it's so much lighter than on the side of the Petrogas Angels.
They look confident, talking about Chery Tiggo, more decisive. Meanwhile, body language, you know, on the side of Petrogas seems a bit off.
A little frustrated. Combination! And that is it for set number 1.
It was an all-around performance for the crossovers. They started slow, but they found their momentum, especially when Ea Laure was able to deliver consecutive points. That's when everyone started to be more confident, and that's where everyone played more cohesive.
There you have it. Chery Tiggo Crossovers takes set number 1, 25-20. And the Chery Tiggo Crossovers come out victorious in that first set in 31 minutes of play, 25-20 against the Petrogas Angels. And Ayel, what happened to the Angels in that set? Kasi nakita natin during the start they were pretty confident, but somewhere along the way it shifted to the side of the Crossovers. And at the end it was a trio of Aya, Abby, and Ara who succeeded.
Oh, that's right. As you mentioned, they started strong, talking about the Petrogas Angels, but they committed consecutive errors. That's where Chery Tiggo capitalized on. They took advantage of that. They built their momentum, and they didn't look back. They controlled the match. As you mentioned, Ea Laure leading the back, but with much support from Aragalang, from Adi Maraño, from Carandang. And we have to credit the smooth, orchestrating of offense for the Chery Tiggo. Credit that to Bicar, as you can see the numbers. Surprisingly, more attack points for the Petrogas Angels with 16 against the 12 of Chery Tiggo Crossovers. But Chery Tiggo, again, they slowed down the offense of Van Sickle and Sabete. 6 kill blocks for them, 1 for Petrogas. No service aces for both teams, and Petrogas, again, giving away more free points, committing more errors. 7 errors, that's a big number for a set. Meanwhile, Chery Tiggo, just 3 errors, playing clean in that first set.
And of course, playing with a whole lot of confidence. And during the semifinals, honestly, Ayel, that's what matters the most.
That's
How
right.
you present yourself against your opponent.
And also how you polish up your game, because all teams in the semifinals, a lot of great talents, all teams with established chemistry and system. So it's really just a matter of executing their plays as Petrogas Angels get their first point, courtesy of Maiso Pontillas.
Smart play there by Nang Aiza, as Janelle will serve. Bicar will find Laure. And the scoring continues here in the second set for Aya.
And Laura, since the game started, she has made Petrogas work in the floor defense, always switching her angles, her attacks.
Such a smart player as well. Another smart player, we got MJ Phillips. And ibang klase rin yung leadership na dinadala ni MJ sa Petrogas Angels.
Especially in offense, you can really rely on her. The reason why they need the first ball so they can set up more balls to MJ Phillips.
Great blocking by the Angels. They bump it to Ara. Had to make do with it. Cheng bumps it to Maiso Pontillas, denied. They send this one to Sabete against the double block.
Sabete, explosive in that attack. And look at this replay off the hands of Carandang on that one. Carandang also late in trying to go for that block.
And when you are up against someone like Jonas Sabete, one of the top 5 best spikers in the league, you cannot do that. Laure from the other side. Cheng to Sabete. Dug up by Jen. Laure chases it. Blocked.
Again, the car always goes to Laura when they need the point, but that one was red.
As he turned it over to Franny Reyes. Go ahead, Franny.
Thanks, Billy and Ayel. Now, Ea Laure has really embraced her role in the Chery Tiggo crossover. She told me that she knows that she'll be targeted. She knows that the other teams will try to tire her out. And it's up to her to rise to that challenge and take it on headstrong and be that key role player for the crossover. Sabi nga niya, ako'y lalaban, hindi uurong. Now, for this match, the players actually said that they need to balance their emotions. They've experienced some lows in this conference. They haven't reached the highest that they can feel in this conference. But right now, it's about keeping things steady and playing the right game. Now, this report was brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Get the most extensive PVL coverage for only 149 pesos a month. Let's head over to the timeout of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
Kailangan nyo mag-react. Let's go!
Let's go, guys! Disiplina! Chery, bye!
Heard Chang Abby towards that towards the end of the timeout. Disciplina, that's what they need right now to stay disciplined with their execution, because that worked earlier in the first set. No, we haven't even mentioned EJ Laure yet, but she has been very disciplined in digging and receiving, and they're blocking as well.
And they got to continue that. Continue to hear in the second set. Because right now, the Petrogas Angels starting it on a high note after that dismal first set. Let's take a look at this. And now with MJ Phillips 100% on board, we can expect to see a shift in the momentum here. Karandang with a quick one.
Good set there coming from Bekar.
And remember, Coach Kung Fu had very special instructions for Za in that first set.
Bekar wanting a quicker transition play on that one.
2 serving 5. You have 7 points for Aya. As Cheng back set to Maizo Pontillas with a dagger.
Fast flow reverse set there from Cheng to Maizo Pontillas.
And this spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin, pasalubong ng bayan.
Clean attack for Petrogas.
And we expect nothing less from the veteran. 4-point lead for the Angels. They find EJ. As Cheng goes to Nang Aiza again. Ara. Dug up. Another miscue here for the Angels.
Nabitin yung set ni Maizo Pontillas. That was a tough one for Sabete. Again, this is the moment earlier in the first set where Petrogas committed consecutive errors and they lost their momentum. They have to be careful right now.
And there seems to be some sort of miscommunication also happening in the side of the Petrogas Angels. That's going to be a service ace for Karandang. And Brooke was saying that there was a wet spot on the floor, kaya medyo nadulas siya. Because we know that Brooke is one of the better receivers here for the Angels. 2-point lead for Petrogas. Cheng to Sabete.
Good transition play there. Good side out rather for the Petrogas Angels. Palma keeping Maraño for a bit. She was late in closing the cross-court angle.
Point number 5 for Jonas Sabete. Bekar to EJ, and she is blocked. As we head on over to our first technical timeout, 8-4 Petrogas leads. Arena Plus, astig sa sports. Welcome back to the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City as we focus and zone in now on the do-it-all girl for the Petrogas Angels. We got Brooke Van Sickle. By the Brook, 229 points here in our All-Filipino Conference.
Brooke Van Sickle has been a very solid, very lethal all throughout the conference. Her first conference, as you mentioned, 229 points. She's second as the best scorer, third best spiker, third best blocker, first best server, seventh best digger, and third best receiver. That's how good Van Sickle is.
Naubusan na ng masasabi si Ayel. But you know, Brooke really, we keep mentioning it, but she has just done wonders to this Petrogas team. So right now, we're all, wondering what is happening,
Right.
but also credit the way Chery really checked her today.
And not just Van Sickle, Sabete as well, as we saw in that previous sequence, again was blocked by Chery Tiggo.
And we have Shaya Adorador checking in for Coach Kung Fu. It's still a 3-point lead. Petrogas trying to sustain it, but the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, I mean, they're doing it all over again, Yel.
If there's one team that is cohesive right now on the court, Chery Tiggo definitely more cohesive than Petro Gazz Angels. Smooth plays coming from them.
And with Chery Tiggo, they just all know their roles.
Right.
But again, here comes Jonah Sabete. And they're really trying. And you can see it. There's a bit of frustration, pero they're really, really trying.
And you see that they need to exert more effort to get a point compared to Chery Tiggo. But for Petrogas, that's what they need. Yeah, they need to put in more effort, and they really have to be patient because again, this is a game of adjustments.
Parang hindi naging fluid yung laro ng Petro Gazz Angels compared to the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. I mean, here for Chery Tiggo, you can see that everybody is doing their part. We have Shaya Adorador now scoring a point here.
And they're not even slowing down. Again, they just continue to be aggressive, especially on offense.
So what a great showing so far from the Crossovers. It's down to a 2-point lead for Petrogas. They need a good swing. They go to Brooke. Kala ko pupunta na sa atin yung ball. No, that was something.
A lot of spin in that attack. Kita natin yun. Billy was trying to avoid and get close to me.
It was headed right to us, but Brooke Van Sickle, right on cue, gets the point for the Angels. Ooh, may sagot si Laure. Here comes Brooke again. Dug up by Jen. They go back to Aya. Van Sickle. Great defense from Jen Yerva.
Right.
And a little too strong for Aya Laure.
But what about Jen Yerva in those two sequences? Reading Van Sickle perfectly. Unfortunately, an attack error from Chery Tiggo.
So chance here for the Petrogas Angels. We got MJ Phillips. We have been talking about her. She is back and better than ever here for the Angels. Maranyo asking for it. Cheng to MJ.
Great flow there for Petrogas. Great reaction from Palma off that running attack of Maranyo, and Cheng's going straight to Phillips. Nabor definitely not ready for that.
And that's what happens when you're able to activate MJ Phillips. Palma serving. That sails outside for the team captain. Four-point advantage, 4-point push for the white shirts.
So far, Petrogas is able to sustain their momentum, their lead in the set.
Phillips again.
It has been Phillips carrying the points for the Angels. Take a look at this play. Another activation there for Phillips. Again, with her height, with her length. She doesn't have to put power. The tips, the dumps have been working for her.
And her smarts as well. That is point number 6 for MJ. Ooh, that was Laure. Galit na si Aya with the power.
Again, sabi nga ni Franny earlier, no, what Chery Tiggo really values is their attitude. That palaban attitude of theirs, that's something we see, especially from Ea Laure.
And we have been seeing that all throughout her collegiate career until here in the pros. Cheng, back set to Brooke Van Sickle, and Brooke is denied.
You know, Chery Tiggo has done a good job again closing down Brooke, but not just that, they are doing a good job, you know, making Brooke doubt in this set.
Of course, that does a lot to a player. Yung paulit-ulit kang nabablock at alam mo, ikaw yung tina-target ng kabilang side. Laure with a drop.
Ooh, great recovery.
Aragalang off the hands. The great hustle. I mean, commend these two teams for hustling hard to get the ball. Jonas Sabete almost had it, but just too much sauce here for Aragalang.
That's right. Sabete not giving up on that second touch, but no third touch there.
I will put group here. Then open. A and 5.
It's okay. B, okay?
She's 5. Then, okay.
Everyone come on, get groove on, good catch!
Brace yourselves as athletes and sports lovers have no-holds-barred conversations with Sean Ildefonso. Watch Sean Time exclusive on Filipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now.
Coach Gucci there, trying to up his players.
Van Sickle powering through the blockers of the crossovers. And that is exactly what we want to see from her.
Right, powering through the blocks this time. I mean, she's been trying to get points, to deliver points, but Chery Tiggo just reading her well.
She just has to adjust. There's no other way around it. Because the crossovers, you know, they're playing as if walang pressure.
Right. Talking about adjustments. Take a look at Ea Laure, finding that hole, adjusting that approach. Perfect execution there.
Beautiful play from the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. They're trailing by 2 points. Cheng, Tundang Aiza.
If there's one player who has stayed consistent all throughout this match, right now for Petrogas, it has been Aiza Maizo Quintillas. So efficient so far, delivering the points. Great angle there, taking advantage of the loose block.
She has 7 points under her belt in our match today as MJ Phillips now with 6 points. She will serve. That's a good one. Ooh, a quick attack from Karandang, and she is feeling it.
Karandang with a clean attack, perfectly avoiding the Coron in that one. Oh, Vicar just knowing who to set at the right time.
That's the second quick attack from this duo this whole game, and we love to see it. We have Robles checking in for the crossovers, on deck to serve for the red shirts. Cheng, back set to Nang Aiza. Another one right on the money as we send it to our second technical timeout. Petrogas still in the lead, 16-13. Back here at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City, we got the Petro Gazz Angels versus the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. And on your screens, we have Jordan Bartlett, former archer, green archer, played for DNSU back in 2019. I believe that is Keith Datu also enjoying this game. We have Jen Yerba of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers,
Who has been very steady on the floor defense so far.
As we get back to this match, here comes EJ. Nothing yet. Chance here. Sabete. That's outside. Oh, there's a check on that. Great call by our first referee, calling a check.
Looked like Sabete was trying to go long. Could have been a wide attack there, but a bit lucky, scraping the hands of the crossovers.
So the 4-point lead here for Petrogas. Well, that's going to be a point for the crossovers. We got the Angels looking at our first referee. Well, there's going to be a challenge here called by Petrogas.
That touch was called on Sabete, but Sabete was saying that it was actually the ball that hit the white tape. So let's see if this is going to be a successful challenge.
But right now, Petrogas holding on to a 4-point lead versus the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. It has been an interesting match for both these teams.
But you know, for Petrogas, this is not a safe lead for them because we've seen Chery Tiggo in a couple of games, you know, having a strong end game. You know, they're used to playing more and more aggressive as the game goes on.
And we will see how things pan out here. Because right now, it can really go both ways. Was there a net touch? Pretty clear that there was. So that's going to be an unsuccessful challenge for Coach Kochi, as there was a net touch by Jonas Sabete. They have one challenge left. It's a 3-point lead for Petrogas. Cheng. Well, that's going to be a violation now called on Abby. Overreaching.
Violation there. The ball was still on the side of the Petrogas Angels. Cheng trying to recover that ball.
As play continues, Sabete serving. Back set to Laure. Cheng finds Brooke. And Brooke Van Sickle on fire here in the second set.
Van Sickle starting to gain her confidence back in attacking. Great play there. Great target as well. Choosing the angle of the smaller blocker in Bicol.
And that is inside for Sabete. And don't look now, Ayel, but we see the confidence coming again here for the Petrogas Angels. But Chery Tiggo will call a challenge for that. They're going to call that ball out.
Again, every point is important. Every point will matter for both of these teams.
For those who just tuned in, the Chery Tiggo Crossovers did win that first set. Very crucial first set. It was not the usual Petrogas Angels that we saw in the first. But they're trying to turn things around for themselves here. Was it ball in or ball out? This was a service ace of Sabete. Indeed, inside, unsuccessful challenge for Coach Kung Fu and the rest of the crossovers. And he's not looking too pleased here. He's a busy man, Ayel. He has a lot going on.
You know what? He has been successful for both of us.
That's right.
Talking about Chery Tiggo and UST.
Coach Kung Fu, one of the most hardworking coaches that we have right now in the country. Galang sends it over as Cheng will find Brooke again. Little too tight on the set, and they will award the point here to the Crossovers.
Tight and short for Van Sickle. Petrogas has to be careful here. They can't afford to commit errors.
So we've been seeing a lot of miscommunication here for Petrogas, a lot of miscues that we don't usually see also from them.
You know, they're not as composed
Right.
as they used to be in
Exactly.
their games in the preliminaries. As Aya Laure has been unstoppable in this match.
Aya just punching that through.
2 blockers, not enough there. Much power in that attack of Aya Laure.
11th point for Aya Laure as Coach Koji will call for time.
Don't he stay, don't he stay. It's okay, don't you? Walk right there. Okay. More Bruka, Bruka, more Bruka. It's okay, more line mark, line mark. So you can do defense. Line mark this case. You can defense. Don't do that out of touch. What to do? Cut timing, mega cut timing. I go, let's go.
Some instructions there for Cheng on the start of that set, but towards that end, Coach Koji talking to Palma, to the blockers as well, talking about the timing in the block because, again, they can't afford to have loose blocks here. They need to press their hands in because Aya Laure has been powering through.
Especially because we're seeing a much, more aggressive Chery Tiggo Crossovers team, especially in the attacking. Here comes Aya Laure. Right on cue. Ayel, a great block there from Petrogas.
Good response there after that timeout. No timing of the jump and pressing her hands in is very important in blocking.
It is 21 serving 16. Bikar to Laure. Cheng finds Brooke off the block.
Great rebound. Great set coming from Cheng.
And you really see the power in Brooke's attacks because it goes all the way to the other end. Petrogas inching closer to finishing this second set. What will Chery Tiggo do? But again, with the errors, medyo pitin.
Right. Sabeda trying to go for an off-speed attack. Fortunately, too short for her.
That is her third unforced error in this match. Abby Maraño, the team captain, with her clips, will serve. Cheng goes to MJ, dug up by Ara. And Brooke right on cue, right on the money, knew exactly what she wanted to do. But that will be a point for Chery Tiggo. We gotta see this again, just to clarify, because there was that net touch on her way down. Alam mo, Ayel, yun yung mga ayaw natin makita.
right.
Kasi ang ganda na ng palo, but it's the adrenaline.
It was a missed opportunity for the Petrogas, talking about the previous sequence.
Right.
But another error here given away by Philip. So again, the errors are really piling up towards this end stretch. They really have to be careful at this point because Chery Tiggo is picking things up.
So what we want to see here from the Petrogas Angels, we need to see a lot more composure.
That's right.
On their end, especially kapag yung Chery Tiggo, nagaganahan na sila. It is 19 serving 22. Brooke.
Coach Kung Fu complaining because she saw it. She's currently in the back row and she had a good rebound on that attack of Chery Tiggo earlier. They are asking, Chery Tiggo asking that it should have been a violation on Petrogas end.
And that's why we saw
One touch nga yun, one touch. Four hits ba? Four hits. Ayun daw, ayun daw. Four hits ba? Hindi kita marinig. Teka lang. Cut, atras ka muna. Four hits na, yun. Four hits na. Oo nga, four hits. Wala naman tayong hinatol dito. Ah, mali ako doon. Four hits dapat yung hatol. Ah. So, doon sa kanila yun.
there you have it. And the point is awarded to the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Pero gusto mo yung sense of urgency na the moment it happened, ayan, tumakbo ka agad si Abby papuntang first referee, the whole coaching staff as well. But now, there will be a challenge called.
From Petro Gazz Angels.
They got time to discuss. They're calling for a net fault challenge. We'll get a clear picture of possibly when that happened.
Right.
Kasi medyo marami rin yung nangyari the past couple of sequences. There was a whole conversation with our
That's
first
right.
referee. Nakita natin si Coach Kung Fu na hindi natutuwa.
And
Yun lang naman yung action. Net ball.
no, they're trying to challenge that sequence where Chisa it went for the rebound. It was the hit
Hindi, net touch kasi yun eh. Net
coming from
touch
Lauro.
kasi yun sa'yo. Okay na yun.
I don't think they're gonna replay it anymore. At any rate, the point will go to the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. That was quite a long lull that we had.
So this is a 2-point game now.
So mapupunta sa crossovers ang puntos. They're down by 2. Crucial moments here in the second set.
Some important points for both teams.
We have Chang Abi on deck to serve for the red shirts. It's a good one, and it is an ace for Abi Maraño. They are down by 1.
What a time for Maraño.
And what a turnaround here for the crossovers. You love the resiliency that they have been showing. And even when Petrogas was leading, they were not phased at all.
Exactly. They have been locked in all throughout.
Steady reception. They go to Brooke. They're going to chase it. Not enough speed for EJ and Ara.
Angel has all been power all throughout this set, powering through her blockers. No coverage there on the side of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
As Chery Tiggo will call for time. Let's listen in.
Okay. Ano na to eh, kailangan dito ng do extra. Do extra. Nababasa na natin pero hindi nyo naiintindihan kung anong gagawin natin. Nabasa nyo lang pero hindi nyo naiintindihan kung anong gagawin. Extra effort, dagdagan nyo na yan. 3-4 na kabang okay, this time, basa, atake. Alina, yung play natin kanina, ulitin mo lang. Huwag mo nang patakbuhin si sarili ng A. Kuhanin mo yung middle nila. Kuhanin mo yung outside nila para magsisingle tayo kay yeah, ngayon, Alina, silip, tawagin mo din. Baka sakaling hindi ka pantinin.
Okay.
Okay? Alina, single-single tayo. Dito, kailangan, hindi kailangan magpadali. Kailangan dito, timing. Speed versus timing ang labanan. So, kailangan nasa timing tayo. Intindihan? Okay, let's go.
Guys, sarabas gusto manalo! Chery! Good reminders there coming from Coach Kung Fu. He wants extra effort from his players. Again, important points for them if they want to close this gap, and steal this set against Petrogas. And a lot of specific instructions there to Alina Bicar. So let's see if they are able to execute.
It is just a 2-point lead here for Petrogas. Ayala, and anything can happen. Here comes Aya. Ball is still alive. Great coverage for the crossovers as Janelle will go to Nang Aiza. Aya will try one more time. Brooke. And a chance here for the crossovers. They go to Zakarandang. Van Sickle. Brooke off the block. And that is what Van Sickle can do.
Right, can't have a loose block against a Van Sickle. She will definitely take advantage of that. So Karandang late in trying to press her hands in.
And this is not the first time that kind of attack from Brooke has happened. Set point na ang Petro Gazz Angels. They need a good swing. And Aya. Chery has it. They go to Aya for the drop. Petrogas looking alert here. Back to Aya. And she's doing everything she can. Maiza Pontillas. That is inside for Nang Aiza. Oh, there's gonna be a challenge. Ball in, ball out for the crossovers. And when you're at this stage, Ayel, you're gonna risk it, right?
That's right. Again, I mentioned this earlier. Both teams will really try to fight for every point.
Oh, that was a quick one. Obviously inside for Nang Aiza as she finishes this second set. It will go in favor of the Petro Gazz Angels. So challenge unsuccessful here for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. We're now tied 1 set apiece for both our squads. And of course, the Angels would not have won this set if it weren't for the veteran, Aiza Maizo Pontillas.
Again, we expected Van Sickle to deliver the points, but so far it has been Maizo Pontillas delivering the points, stepping up in important moments of the match.
As Petrogas ties this game 25-21, we'll be right back. And the Petrogas Angels make this a tied ball game. They take the second set from the Chery Tiggo Crossovers in 39 minutes of play, 25-21. And we saw in that second set, Ayel, that it was Brooke Van Sickle finally.
Right.
We were waiting for her to explode, and she did explode with 7 points in that second set. Of course, with ample support from Nang Aiza and Jonah Sabete, both with 6 points each in the second.
No, but we know how important Brooke Van Sickle is for the Petrogas Angels. Now, she was very vital in their wins in the preliminary, so they would want her to come in hot in the third set as she was able to gain her personal momentum. But for the Petrogas Angels, overall, just a better performance for them. As you can see, the numbers: 18 attack points against the 9 of Chery Tiggo. Meanwhile, Chery Tiggo, lesser block points for them. That was what worked for them in the first set. They're blocking. They had 6 earlier. Now they have 3 against the 4 of Petrogas Angels. 2 service aces for Chery Tiggo, 1 for Petrogas. Petrogas continues to commit errors, but now they're able to make up for it in their attacking. And for Chery Tiggo, if they want to win this third set, they need to improve their attack points. That's where they were able to work on well also in their first set win.
And on your screens, I believe that was Francis Escandor, champion in the UAAP from the DLSU Green Archers. I wonder who he's supporting in this game as we start our third set here in the semifinals between Petrogas and Chery Tiggo. And we are welcomed back by none other than Aiza Maizo Pontillas.
Maizo Pontillas is someone that some teams kind of overlook because of how lethal Van Sickle and Sabete has been this conference. But right now, it has been Maizo Pontillas for the Petrogas Angels.
Of course, the veteran leading the charge here for the white shirts. Temperatura sends it over, easy over. Bikar to Karandang.
Karandang with an early activation here from Bikar. Surprise, a quick attack.
Aya Laure, 11 points off 9 attacks and 2 blocks in our match today. As Cheng, back set to Nang Aiza. That is outside.
Maizo Pontillas trying to switch things up, go down the line. Unfortunately, too wide for her.
Kumbaga parang clean slate itong third set. Patas ang laban. We'll see who will get that advantage.
This is the important set here for both teams to get that separation, as you said.
Much needed separation. And finally, Sabete gets one through.
Then they go cross court. Coctorendez flat-footed on that one. Perfect angle there.
That was her second attempt. She was blocked in the first. Did not give up. 9 points for Jonah. Alina back set to Aragalang as we set it over to Franny Reyes. Go ahead, Franny.
Thanks, Billy. I just came from the huddle of the Petrogas Angels, and you get this sense that they're not quite content with the way that they played that last set. Yes, they won it, but they still had those 7 errors, the communication that they need to work on. But also, they were going over the tendencies of the crossovers, really harping in on what they tend to do and making sure that they take note of this in the game so that they're able to control the transition, control the pace, and make this game their own. Now, I want to talk a bit more about Jonah Sabete. She is someone who has been a powerhouse for the Petrogas Angels, and she told me that every set that the Petrogas Angels play, they erase the slate, they go back to 0 because they want to start everything fresh and keep their minds fresh so that they're able to play well and end this game strong. Now, this report is brought to you by the Filipinas Live app. Get the most extensive PVL coverage for only 149 pesos a month. Back to the game.
Thank you so much for that report, Franny. And right on cue because you're talking about that clean slate that we think both teams need to have that mindset na they need to create some separation because it is a tight game. It's a very close match as of right now, 4-3 on the scoreboard. Chance here. Bikar to Abby, straight to the hands of Isa. Van Sickle from the back row. Right on target.
It was a bullet coming from Van Sickle straight to the Remdes.
But we know Buding, of course. The spike of the set is brought to you by Duncan Pasalubong ng Bayan. You know, Brooke apologizing really quick too. To Buding. And I'm sure Buding is used to those attacks as well.
There you go.
We're using the foot. That will go to the crossovers. We've seen a lot of strange things happen here in this ball game.
A lot
Ayan.
of ad-libs coming from the Petrogas Angels, you know, extending their arms, using all parts of their body, but can't give an overpass there.
1 point lead for the crossovers. Cheng passes it to Brooke. Abby. They go to Brooke again from the left. Great coverage here from the crossovers, not giving up. And Rampalma puts the exclamation point.
And this is the Petrogas Angels that we know, very aggressive, especially in offense.
Coach Kung Fu on your screens a while back. We talked about him. One of the most hardworking coaches in the Philippines right now. Bikar bumps it to Aya, and she is blocked.
Aya Laure has been checked, has been silenced by Cheng in that sequence.
Palma with 4 attack points. Beautiful points as well, just to note. But that will be a service ace. Parang nagkagulatan yung Chery Tiggo Crossovers. I think miscommunication on their part.
A perfect serve there coming from Palma. Right in between the Remdes and Laure. And that's where the miscues usually happen. When the ball is in the middle of 2 players, of 3 players, there's a bit of hesitation.
Right.
Of
Kung
who
sino
will get-
kukuha.
Right.
2 point lead for the Angels. Nabor to Aya, still blocked. Just up the net. There's a violation called on Chery Tiggo as we send it over to our first technical timeout. Petrogas leads 8-5. Arena Plus, Stigs Sports. Billy Capistrano and Ayel Estraniero. We got the Chery Tiggo Crossovers taking on the Petro Gazz Angels. And we have Angels on your screen. We have Myla Pablo, of course.
Physical bonus on your screens. Even Arce as well there beside Myla Pablo.
Supporting their teammates. As they should be happy because Petrogas now at a 3-point push, make that a 4-point push. A block, care of Brooke Van Sickle.
And right now we're seeing Petrogas Angels playing more cohesively as a Van Sickle with a perfect block there against Abby Maraño.
4-point advantage for Petrogas. They're gonna chase that one. They're gonna set it over. Well, not for Aya. She spikes it. It goes to Petrogas.
Palma has been consistent on the service line, putting Chery Tiggo out of the system.
Score 5 for Chery Tiggo, 10.
Ulitin natin. Mukha pa lang, body language pa lang, talo na tayo. Bakit? Binibitawan yun eh. Ang score pa lang, nasa race to 10 pa lang tayo. Actually, race to 10. Nawanan na lang sa 10. Anong gagawin natin ngayon? Pag same action tayo, kahit anong timeout namin dito, wala nangyayari kasi same action. Okay, change mindset. Change yung action natin. Sa isang bola.
Best lang to sa atin. Chery!
MQ Live brings back to Manila the legendary music icon David Foster to serenade Filipino fans. Stay tuned to MQ Live on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for more updates.
Coach Kung Fu saying change mindset, change action. Because this doesn't look like the Chery Tiggo that played in the first 2 sets.
So different vibe that we're getting here from the crossovers. And it has been yung exchange here for Petrogas and Chery. We saw in the first set, nagwagi yung Chery Tiggo. Second set, Petrogas. And now it's looking like the Petrogas Angels are ready for anything that Chery Tiggo tries to come up with today.
Oh, Petrogas has been trying to adjust, has been trying to execute. Now that they found their flow, they found their rhythm, it's time now for Chery Tiggo to make those necessary adjustments.
And they can't let this lead get bigger and bigger because we know that Petrogas can capitalize on it, especially now that they're performing much, much better. Bicar finds Aya.
Talking about adjustments earlier, I mentioned Cesc Robles in for EJ Laure. Delivered that good pass and that allowed Bicar to set up Aya Laure in system.
It's 6 serving 11. Cheng will go to Brooke.
Van Sickle, high hands on that one. On top of Bicar, in between the block. Van Sickle has hit it up already. Got the hot hands right now. Fortunately, service error there coming from Cheng.
So time to breathe here for the crossovers. They get some breathing room to kind of get things going for them. Bicar serves as Cheng goes to Brooke.
Ooh, great dig.
Great coverage for Chery Tiggo. First referee says outside. They're gonna call a challenge, I believe. Aya asking for a check. And she didn't hesitate also, Aya, right after that swing. She knew that there was a check on that. And now she's trying to tell her teammates kung ano yung nangyari.
This is quite a lead that they need to close. Now, this is what happened earlier as well in the second set, where Petrogas was able to start strong. And they were able to lead all throughout. And right now, they are at the same position. Chery Tiggo trying to catch up. They need to make a run here.
Especially against the Petro Gazz Angels, you cannot give them further confidence. They already won the second set. Let's take a look at this. Was there a block touch? From this vantage point, I believe there isn't any.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yep.
And Phillips was also saying,
Yeah, there wasn't any.
yeah, to Coach Kung Fu earlier and to the Chery Tiggo Crossovers that she didn't touch that hit coming from Aya Lauder.
Unsuccessful challenge for Coach Kung Fu. He has one challenge left. They go to Ara.
Galang. The good play there.
Point number 8 for Galang. We talked about her in the pregame as well. And she is a support system here for Aya Laure, but again, still a superstar in her own right. Maisa Pontillas to Brooke from the back. Chance here for Chery Tiggo. Ces Robles is denied. She'll try for the second time. Still nothing. Sabete waiting for it. Right in the corner. Nobody there for Chery Tiggo.
Right, that's because that hit from Sabete was on top of the blockers. No floor defense found there for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Solid one from Sabete.
So far, we're seeing great things happening here for the Petro Gazz Angels as we see our colleague, Miss Pauline Gaston, checking in for the first time today. Robles. That is outside. Ces Robles gets her first point of the ball game.
And this is, the luxury as well for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. We keep mentioning this, a lot of great individual talents who are always ready to contribute off the bench. And right now, we're seeing Ces Robles and as well Pauline Gaston.
And the thing is, they allow each other to shine when the time calls for it. But what about Maisa Pontillas going cross, showing us variety and showing us explosiveness?
And again, when you give a chance to Petro Gazz Angels, a chance to gain momentum, to get back their confidence, they're a hard team to beat because this is a veteran team. A lot of experience, a lot of maturity already. Tapos meron ka pang MJ Phillips with international experience. So they are really very lethal.
But there will be a challenge called by the Crossovers. They're asking for a net touch in that sequence. But I do absolutely agree with you, Ayel. I mean, the Petro Gazz Angels, compared to the other teams, I'm not going to say older, but yun nga, more veteran, especially when you compare them to the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. So during these situations that they're down, it's like they know exactly what to do to get back up.
Meanwhile, for Chery Tiggo, this is definitely a test of character for them. Sabi nga nila, they value the palaban attitude, and this is where they need it the most.
And we need to see it also right now from the Crossovers. They have to follow it up with action more than anything. Was there a net touch? Clearly, no net touch from Rem Palma's end. So still an unsuccessful challenge here for Coach Kung Fu. Set it over to our second technical timeout. Arena Plus, Astig sa Sports. Happy Tuesday to everybody watching us right now on Filipinas Live, One Sports or One Sports Plus. It's Chery Tiggo versus Petrogas. Semifinals, day 1, and we had an intense matchup a while ago. We got the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. They won over Creamline for the first time in their franchise history. We have Sandra Sitin of Chery Tiggo, always supporting the red shirts, as Nang Aiza will welcome us back with a serve. No, wala pang whistle. Happens to the best of us.
And also because Nang Aiza is the type of player na pag pito, serve agad. There you go.
No hesitation. Aragalang. That sickle. That goes straight to the net. A little too low for Brooke.
Right. The set was low and Brooke was trying to go for a deep attack. Definitely couldn't execute one.
We got Aragalang serving. Cheng will find Joanna Sabete right in front of A. Laura 2.
And Sabete has been targeting the zone, going long, trying to go on top of the blockers, and she has been successful all throughout this set of finding that weak spot in the floor defense of the crossovers.
So far, 11 points for Sabete. We see Rodriguez joining her teammates on the court for the first time today. We got Rodriguez! Instant impact.
And now you see that Coach Kung Fu is exhausting his options as they want to close the gap. Rodriguez in right now, a couple of bench players already, and instant impact there for Rodriguez.
And you know, as a player coming off the bench, not seeing a lot of minutes, that's what you like the most, right? Creating an impact, even if you're just there for 5 minutes, for 2 minutes.
You always want quality minutes inside the court.
And just being given that opportunity to really show what you can do and what you can contribute to this team. Ball is still playable. Oh, there's going to be a challenge with a call, a floor touch. And I always say that these are the trickiest. These are the trickiest challenges to call. And a while ago, though, during that Creamline game, I saw that there was a successful floor touch because the ball was in the hand of Kyle Negrito.
You know, but you know, regardless if it ever hits your hand, but it also hits the floor. It's an automatic,
That's right.
floor touch, so it can always be tricky.
Very tricky challenge to call. But right now for Chery Tiggo, they're down by 6 points. Let's take a look. There clearly was a floor touch. Not enough. I mean, they didn't even have the hand on the ball because it bounced on her hand after it touched the floor.
She read it well. Unfortunately, her arms were long enough.
And just a little too late, just a little too late.
Right.
It's now a 7-point advantage for the Angels as Palma will serve. Bikar finds Aya off the block for the Slaya.
You know, Petrogas has done a good job trying to slow down Aya Laura in this game. So Aya Laura has to be more creative here.
And there's going to be another challenge called.
A lot of challenges.
A lot of challenges. Hindi magpapaawat ang ating mga teams. I mean, that just goes to show how important this game is. And every single game from here on out should be of utmost importance. Because, as we keep mentioning, only the top 2 teams will advance to the finals. And it is a single round robin.
Back to 0. 4 teams. They need to play against
Was there a net touch? Ooh, there was. It was a
The elbow
elbow.
of Ea Laure. Couldn't, control her momentum.
And I thought that was a pretty clear one as well when it happened. But great eye here for Petrogas. That's a successful challenge.
It has been a dominant set so far for the Petrogas Angels. We haven't seen Chery Tiggo gain, at least a bit of momentum in this set.
And Ea Laure only scoring 2 points here in this set, surprisingly enough. They bump it to Shaya Adorador. Straight to the hands of Sabete. They find Brooke Van Sickle. Nandoon si Cez Robles. They go for the drop. Bicar to Shaya. She's blocked. Great coverage from Galang. MJ. Seth with a push. Finds the open spot.
Great show of patience there for the crossovers. They were scrambling in a couple of sequences, but finally they found a way to organize themselves, and the tip works for Rodriguez.
And you liked how Seth was so assertive in that sequence, really asking for the ball.
We saw her transition well, making herself available.
As Petrogas will now call for time. Let's listen in.
Wala pa din, Chery! Ay!
Try, panalo niyo pa.
Well, for both teams, for Petrogas Angels, they want to keep the momentum right now. But for Chery Tiggo, they need a run here. They need consecutive points to close this gap.
It is a 7-point lead here for the Petrogas Angels, Ayel. So they do need to do exactly that, close the gap. Because, I mean, Brooke Van Sickle, for example, she started really slow here. In the first set, started slow. She was checked by Chery Tiggo, but they didn't take away her confidence. When we thought they did, she just bounced back.
Goes to show how mentally tough she is as a player.
Back set. Babalik sa Petrogas. Van Sickle. Bicar to Pauline Gaston.
The middles working right now for the crossovers.
And that move is brought to you by Honda Motorcycle. Great read on the defense as well of Petrogas.
And Van Sickle letting that go, not closing that block.
MJ Phillips has an answer to that attack by Gaston. And as you said, we got the middles coming up big time today.
Petrogas in this set has been quick to get a side out. Really not letting Chery Tiggo gain any confidence, momentum in this set.
It's almost as if Petrogas is saying, if you can do that, we can do it too. Here comes Ara. Oh, good save there by Sabete, followed up by Tempiatura. Ball is alive. They go to Pauline Gaston.
Great rebound.
Van Sickle from the back row. Galang tries her hand. And it is outside, goes a little too wide for Galang.
You see the intention of Galang going long, targeting the corner pocket. Unfortunately, too wide for her. No, Petrogas closely perfect, actually, in this set.
It's 22 serving 13. So tama ka, Ayel, Petrogas doing things very, good here in this set. Keeping it simple, staying composed. Bicar to Pauline Gaston, another one from the Magic Bunot.
Gaston delivering some important points here for the crossovers. Knowing which angle to go to. I mean, it was MJ Phillips in front of her, but she still realized the loose hand there.
If anyone knows Pauline Gaston off the court, she is one of the most energetic people, and it's great to see her allow it to translate on the court as well. Now they're asking for a check. Well, there will be no challenge. That was the outside. They're not going to call a challenge here. It is 15 serving 22. We got Shaya Adorador. MJ Phillips, that was already a little too tight.
Right. And Pauline Gaston also trying to stay with Cheng. Fortunately, was late in going for that block against Phillips, and Phillips easily dominated that sequence.
Tingnan nyo lagi, mag-start ang block natin kung paano nire-receive yung bola. May chance kasi na pwede natin paluin yung overall pag nasa gitna. Hindi yung gumagalaw na kayo, wala pa naman nangyayari. Sino ba blocking mo dito? Wala pa. Ang bola na andito pa sa gitna, oh. Naiintindihan. Yun lang muna, be at the moment. Bablock agad tayo, may bola, over. Wala tayo. Atakin muna natin yung score natin. Kung saan tayo matatapos, ay pagpasalamat natin. E kung mananalo tayo, talaga magpapasalamat tayo ng gusto. Diba?
Be at the moment. Yan yung sabi ni Coach Kung Fu, because they can't over-anticipate the plays, the execution of the Petrogas Angels. They just need to read and react quickly. That's what they need, especially in the floor defense and their blocking, because that's where they actually thrive. We mentioned this on top of the coverage. Their strength really is their defense. They're third in blocking, they're second in digging, and that will give them a lot of opportunity to convert, but right now they're not able to execute.
And that is something that they need to figure out in the remainder of this match, because it looks like this third set will be going to the Petrogas Angels. And right now, Ayel, if you're the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, you just want to finish this one strong and with momentum coming into that fourth set.
Now you want to be able to get a run with some combination plays, deliver some points to gain that confidence and momentum.
Petrogas looking like a well-oiled machine here in the third.
Right.
Cés Robles is blocked. And the Petrogas Angels are one set closer in possibly winning this match.
Teamwork worked for the Petrogas Angels, but if there's one person who stepped up bigger, it was Brooke Van Sickle, finally finding her groove, finding her momentum in that third set.
And she will help the Angels take the third 25-15 in 34 minutes of play. Petrogas Angels take that third set from the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. 25-15, 34 minutes of play, Ayel. And dito nakita natin that Petrogas really found their way to create that separation here from the Crossovers.
That was a very dominant win from the Petrogas Angels compared to the first two sets wherein the Chery Tiggo Crossovers was able to keep up to the pace of the game of the Petrogas Angels. But in the third set, Petrogas started to play faster. They played quicker in the floor defense, and that really allowed them to convert more points and to save more balls in defense, and everyone just worked really well. It was a collective effort for the Petrogas Angels. As take a look at the numbers, still more attack points for Petrogas in 16, but an improved number for Chery Tiggo. It was 9 earlier in the second set, now 11 attack points for them. But the Petrogas slowing down the attacking of Chery Tiggo with 4 block points, 1 service ace for Petrogas. And Petrogas was able to clean things up, polish things up, only 4 errors in that set, and that really allowed them to be more dominant in that third set.
And that, is a Petrogas that we were looking for from the start. This is a Petrogas Angels that we know, composed and disciplined. And right now, with our backs against the wall, we have the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. They gotta step on the gas, literally. They gotta quicken things up and get this set win, because if not, they will lose their first game here in the semi-finals. As we get set number 4 started with a bang. Ea Laure with the explosive attack.
And there's one person the Crossovers can rely on. It's gonna be Ea Laure, who delivered majority of the points in the first 2 sets. So they need her right now as Bekar gets a service ace right on the line.
She only scored, talking about Ea Laure, she only scored 1 point. We said 2 a while ago, it was actually just 1 point in the previous set. So yes, you are right. They need her now more than ever. Here comes Brooke!
Brooke Van Sickle keeps on getting better and better as the game continues. And that makes her a deadly weapon here. So far, unstoppable.
And with Brooke, you can also see how much she has improved, just like you said. From the first game, she was a little shaky, and then just started to introduce herself here in the PVL. Nierva bumps it to Aragada from the back. Nandoon si MJ, making it look so easy. They go to Phillips. MJ Phillips knows exactly what to do. Take a look at this. Kind of like she's dunking it.
Right, power tip coming from her. And again, those kinds of attacks, it's more difficult to defend because it's faster. It hits the floor faster.
That's right. We're at the deadlock 2-all. Shaya, she's blocked. A little too late for Adina Bekar as we set it over to Franny. Go ahead, Franny.
Brooke Van Sickle, or Brooke Van Sizzle rather, as Billy put it, was phenomenal for Petrogas in that last set. And she actually told me that before this game, she was feeling butterflies coming into the conference. She said that her goal was to make it to the semis, and it feels surreal to her that she's actually here now with the Petrogas Angels. She also let me know that since meeting MJ Phillips, they've meshed really well, and they actually complement each other really well inside the court. They understand each other and they know how to play together, and that's definitely been translating for the Petrogas Angels. 4 kill blocks in that last set. Now the Petrogas Angels want to take this home. They have the pedal to the metal, and they will not be stopping. This report was brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Get the most extensive coverage for only 149 pesos a month. Let's head on over to the Chery Tiggo Crossovers timeout.
Yan, hindi galaw ng mananalo yan. Ang dami na naming adjustment na ginawa. Stand by naman. Malayo na. Sorry.
That's this Thursday,
It's up to the players now. The coaches have done their job in terms of adjustments, in terms of instructions. It's really just, a matter of execution for them, staying disciplined on their game plan. Talking about the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
And I just want to circle back to Franny's report about Brooke Van Sickle, how she was feeling a bit nervous prior to this match.
And it did show in the first set, in the first few sequences, but right now, you can see that Brooke Van Sickle is on the road. She's more confident, more decisive, but the girl,
Talking about confidence, well, I think we are looking at confidence personified in
right.
Aya Laure, one of the fiercest ladies here we have on the court. Unfortunately, a service error for her.
No, but for Chery Tiggo, they need to do a good job in trying to keep this game close early on in the set, because in that third set, Petrogas was able to make a big lead early on, and they had a difficult time trying to catch up.
They weren't able to adjust fast, therefore giving that opportunity to Petrogas to run away with that lead. That's gonna sail outside, but there will be a challenge called by the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
Previous set,
And we saw a lot of challenges in the previous set.
and they had two unsuccessful challenges. So this is a bit risky, because this is an early part of the set, but if this is successful, this is definitely a good challenge for the crossovers.
Agree with you on that one. It is pretty risky trying to call a challenge as early as now, but it is unsuccessful. That is outside. So another unsuccessful challenge for Coach Kung Fu and the rest of the crossovers. They have one challenge left, and they gotta save that for when it matters the most. 3-point lead. Petrogas make that a 2-point lead for Petrogas, as that one will be a little bit too short for MJ.
That gives Chery Tiggo a chance here to gain momentum. That's what they want and what they need right now.
Maiso Pontillas. That is a little miscalculated for Nang Aiza.
Errors from Petrogas.
Just
Giving Chery Tiggo an easier time here.
Just a 1-point ball game. And remember the last time that they had a lot of errors, that was in the first set.
And that's the set that Chery Tiggo won.
Yep. But then Palma has other plans here.
We have talked about the attackers of the Petro Gazz Angels, but we haven't talked much about Cheng, who has actually been orchestrating the offense so well. Again, it's so easy to overlook Cheng because she's so relaxed, she's so composed, she's
So nonchalant.
bothered as always. But she does her job so well, so perfect.
No, I really have to agree with you on that one. I mean, we've been covering Janelle Cheng for quite a while now, and that's exactly who she is. Very unbothered, very cool, calm, and collected no matter what happens. Sabete puts it away here for the Gas Angels, finding that open spot in the defense of the crossovers. Petrogas leads 8-6. Back here at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City, we got the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. They're down by 2 here in the 4th set. But what about Brooke Van Sickle, Jonas Sabete, Isa Maizo Pontillas, the trio here for the Petrogas Angels. Name a better trio and we'll wait. We got Rem Palma and Janelle Cheng, the veterans, the leaders of this team. And how could we forget the Slayer, Ea Laure. She may be young, but she is full of spice. Mila Barbon, the defensive specialist here for the Angels, doing her job well. It is our semifinals, day 1. In a long journey here to get to the finals.
It's gonna be a long and tough journey for all the teams. That's how good everyone is here in the semifinals.
Every single game matters. Every game holds a lot of weight. You cannot relax.
Right.
But for Jonah, a little too short on the attack. Goes straight to the net.
This time that one as well. That out of system set coming from Van Sickle. So errors piling up right now again for the Petrogas Angels.
That is her 4th unforced error. Talking about Sabete. They send this one to Brooke. And Brooke overshoots that one. A little too strong. So the 2nd straight error here for this team. And because of that, Ayel were tied at 8.
And for Petrogas, they need to be careful. They need to be more consistent. They don't want to make things easier for the crossovers. As attack error there coming from Karandang.
Petrogas leads by 1. A slim 1-point advantage for the white shirts. Very crucial 4th set. Palma surveying the opponent. Bikar, Karandang.
Karandang makes up for that attack error earlier.
And we love to see it from Zach Karandang. We also got the chance to talk to her during the fan stream, Ayel, and she shared to us that there was a point she did not want to come back playing volleyball after the pandemic. And
But look at her now.
She has a lot to thank. She said she's very thankful to this crossovers team for really embracing her and giving her a shot.
And also, she's not just any player in the crossover.
She's an integral part of this team.
A key player.
And has embraced that opportunity to really showcase her capabilities. But right now, as we get back to this match, the Petrogas Angels, again, it's back to 1-point lead. Bikar finds Ea, ready for it. Nandoon si Cheng. Phillips to Van Sickle. It's a chance here for the crossovers. They go to Abby. Van Sickle was there. Ea. Great coverage from Petrogas. Bikar to Abby. A little bit of confusion for Chery Tiggo. MJ denied. Brooke. Ooh. That was great alertness on the part of Brooke Van Sickle, but credit both teams for the hustle, the aggressiveness, and the sense of urgency.
I really agree. Both teams fighting for every chance there in the floor defense. Unfortunately, on the side of Chery Tiggo, no, Brooke had a good hold on that ball.
It's a 2-point lead. Overshoots, and Isa was ready for it.
Couple of overpasses coming from Chery Tiggo. Giving some regalo here to the Petrogas Angels.
Easy pickings for Maizo Pontillas. Bikar to Abby, and Abby's been silent. Van Sickle drops a bomb.
Van Sickle with a lot of power in that attack. Nierva was right on that spot, going for the dig. Unfortunately, could not contain that attack from Van Sickle.
4-point lead for Petrogas. They find Brooke.
Ooh. Brooke Van Sickle unstoppable in a couple of sequences already.
And this will force Coach Kung Fu to gather everybody for a timeout.
Parang mas pagod pa ako sa inyo dito sa labas. Panik-panawag ako dito, oh. Lahat na nangyayari, sinasabi ko na, pero kayo, wala nangyayari sa atin. Mas panis pa ako sa iba sa inyo, eh. Wala kaming magagawa kundi puro instruction. Kailangan natin ng reaction sa loob. Do not play with your emotions. Just remove the E. Play with the motion tayo. Let's go! Laban nyo na. Wala nangyayari sa atin. Laban!
So napakaganda ng quote na sinabi ni Coach Kung Fu. Don't play with your emotions, just remove the E. And what does that spell?
Go with the
Go with emotions. we gotta remember that for future reference.
And you know, he's been trying to instill this mindset to the player. You know, stay in the moment, react to whatever motion is
That's right.
happening right now. And there you go. Great response coming from Maranyo. Great play there. More cohesive, you know, smoothly executed. And this is the Chery Tiggo that we know. You know, earlier it was Petrogas who was a bit uncharacteristic, but they found themselves, they collected themselves. Right now, this is an important set for the crossovers if they want to extend this match.
They gotta wake up here, but not under the watch of MJ Phillips. And they gotta do something about MJ, because if you've noticed in every set, merong nagsa-step up na Petro Gazz Angel. We've had Aiza Maiso Pontillas, we've had Brooke Van Sickle, and right now, it is MJ Phillips.
And we haven't even seen a power hit coming from Phillips.
That's
It
right.
has been all soft touches, but it's confusing the floor defense of Chery Tiggo.
Petrogas Angels at 16. We apologize again for the technical difficulties that have happened over the past few minutes. But what's important is, Ayel, that we continue this game in this very crucial set number 4 for both our teams.
Again, for Petrogas, they want to finish this in 4. Meanwhile, Chery Tiggo would want to extend this match in 5 sets.
We will see how things pan out, because if Chery Tiggo wants to go for that comeback, they gotta do that right now. Just waiting for our first referee, because Brooke is already on the service line, as you can see.
Right.
There you go. There you have it. There's that whistle. Here comes Van Sickle on deck to serve for the white shirt. 16, serving 10. Nabor to Adorador, popped up by Cheng. They give this one to Sabete. Ball is still playable. Oof. Maizo Puntillas welcomes us back with a point.
Off-speed attack. But disrupted the timing there and the floor defense of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. So Petrogas still on the roll right now.
7-point advantage for the white shirt. Soft touch. They weren't expecting it from Aya.
Soft touch there from Aya again. Variety of attacks coming from her.
And a chance here for Chery Tiggo. Sabete.
Too high there for Sabete.
So a lot of errors coming from Jonas Sabete. Couple of attack errors, miscalculations.
Now Petrogas with some cushion here, but they can't afford to commit more errors, and that calls Coach Koji.
Even stop the mask, stop the leg, stop the heart. No, positive, it's okay. Two toss, it's okay. You can do two toss. No, no, you have to practice.
Yes! Petrogas
Coach Koji there, just some small reminders, short reminders. Just wants his player to keep on moving inside the court. We've seen them hustle, put a lot of effort in their defense and their offense. But right now, they're sort of slowing down, but they can't afford to slow down, especially at this point of the match.
That's right. Oh, we got a collision here between Shaya and I believe that is Aya Laure. We have Aya holding on to her hand. She's holding on to her hand. They're gonna try to help her up and get her to the bench as soon as possible. Hopefully it is nothing too serious. As Shaya apologizes to Aya. And she says she's okay. She's gonna stay on the court. Oh wait, she will. You have Coach Kung Fu checking. I think that's a pinky, no? Pinky finger of Aya. But she's a strong girl.
That was a tough collision there between Aya.
After it was popped up, that's right, after it was popped up by Jasmine, the two of them head-on collision. Yes. And that's going to be a point here for Petrogas.
You see the hesitation right now from Laura.
Right.
Still thinking about her pinky. It looked like she was really hurt there in that collision.
And right now, I mean, from our vantage point, she was still holding on to it. They go to Palma. Dug up by Aya. Adorador. Easy over. Van Sickle. Oh, smart move by the veteran. I cannot count how many times we've said smart move after an Maizo Pontilla's attack, but that's just who she is. She just has that volleyball IQ na talagang hahanapin mo in every single player.
Isa Maizo Pontillas just know where to go, what zones to target.
Good serve from MJ. Here comes Aragalang from the left pin.
Power this time from Aragala off the hands of Maizo Pontillas.
You know, you can see Aya until now, Ayel holding on to her pinky finger. It's a little bit bothered. But play continues. You know, we know that she's a strong girl. 7-point lead for Petrogas. Cheng finds Sabete, challenging the blockers. Nabor gives this one to Ara. Saved by Cheng. Van Sickle.
Dance ball. Miscue.
They bump it to Ara with a push. Laure. Cheng goes to Jonas Sabete. And that is clearly outside. That's the 6th unforced error of Sabete.
She was trying to go down the line. Unfortunately, too wide for her. Too much risk action there.
Very uncharacteristic, you know, of Jonas Sabete. She's the second best spiker in terms of the rankings.
That's how efficient
That's
she
right.
is.
39.13% success rate. Galang with a dagger.
A surprise combination play there with the crossovers. Nabor setting up a Galang in the middle.
You know, we love to see that from Ara Galang. We know what she went through with the injuries. But she has been phenomenal here with the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Definitely a resurgence of Ara Galang. She'll try again. This time she's blocked.
This time, Petrogas was able to adjust, close down the cross-court angle of Galang.
Petrogas, you know, sensing that they were about to go for a run. There's a lot of confidence from that attack from Ara Galang. Just close the door. Good serve. Ara again from the left. They were anticipating that one. Morente gives it to Sabete. A more careful attack, yes, but blocked.
That's right. It wasn't the usual explosive approach and attack for Sabete. The reason why Laure was able to position herself well to get that block.
I feel like for Sabete, she's kind of figuring out also how she needs to play in this game because of the attack errors. Unfortunate service error this time from EJ Laure.
Costly as well, as they've been trying to again close this gap or at least inch closer, as Petrogas is just 3 points away in winning this match.
Sabete serving. Labor. To Galang, denied. Oh, saved by EJ. It's still playable. Oh, that is going to be a point here for the Petrogas Angels. We have to think there will be no slow-mos, but that's going to be a point here for the white shirts. And we got this wall right now here for the Petrogas Angels.
Chance ball.
Palma.
Palma right on the line. No blockers there for her. Take a look at this replay. Aragalang actually there, but Palma.
Napakatulis. Great angle on that. signature running attack from Rem Palman. Right now, Petrogas at match point. Nabor with a 1-2 play, unsuccessful. Brooke Van Sickle goes cross to end this match, and what a fitting way to close out this game with a cross court from none other than Brooke Van Sickle. 21 big points for Van Sizzle.
You know, and Petrogas, again, they have Van Sickle and Sabete, but MJ Phillips was also key in today's win. But for Chery Tiggo, a lot to learn from this first game of the semifinals. The next game will even be more important for them.
And of course, for the Petrogas Angels, I mean, not just for Petrogas, but also for Chery Tiggo. We gotta commend the heart they showed out today. Nakulangan na ng konti for the crossovers. Nagising yung Petrogas Angels.
And for the crossovers, they're missing their second leading score in Maylene Pat. And they're playing against a very complete Petrogas Angels. Again, Cheng, Chisa,
MJ Phillips in the mix. We have Brooke Van Sickle. We have Aiza Maizo Pontillas. Now let's take a look at the set scores. 25-20, 21-25, 15-25, and 16-25. 41 minutes of play in that last set. It was a great night here for volleyball in the PVL. And again, both teams did a great job at holding their own as we turn it over to Franny Reyes with our player of the game, Aiza Maizo Pontillas.
Thank you, Billy. With 18 points, 15 attacks, and 3 blocks, our player of the game is none other than ang Aiza Maizo Pontillas. Nang, congratulations on your first win of the semifinals. In set 1, you did lose that set to the crossovers. What happened at paano kayo nak-bounce back in the succeeding sets?
Nung first set, siguro nararattle kami kung ano mga gagawin namin. Hindi organized yung ginagawa namin. And eventually, naging maayos din at nag-usap-usap kami.
Communication, yun yung hinahanap ni Coach Koji in your past game, in today's game. At sabi mo nga sa akin kanina, yung identity talaga ng team is kahit mahirap, gagawan ng paraan. How did that factor into your match today?
Malaking factor yun sa bawat isa at happy kasi naging maayos yung game namin ngayon.
Now, ang next nyong makakalaban ay ang Creamline Pool Smashers. How will you prepare? What is the game plan?
Siguro matinding pahinga kasi every other day lang yung game namin. And siguro kung ano yung preparation namin bawat game, gagawin pa rin namin yun.
Thank you, Nang. Now, the Petrogas Angels fans are behind us right now. Ano, may gusto ka bang sabihin sa kanila?
Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng fans na nandito ngayon na sumusuporta sa Petrogas at sa lahat ng team and sa family ko dyan.
Thank you so much. Aiza Maizo Pontillas, our player of the game. Billy and Ayel, let's close this out.
Thank you so much for that, Franny. And of course, congratulations to the Petrogas Angels as well as ng Aiza Maizo Pontillas as we take a look at our semifinals standing. So as of right now, we have Petrogas and Choco Mucho with 1 win each. Of course, wala pa ring panalo yung Creamline and Chery Tiggo as they lost both of their matches today.
But if you see the points, clearly Petrogas with 3 points because they won in 4 sets. Choco Mucho only gets 2 points because it was a 5-setter match, and Creamline gets 1 point after, you know, losing that 5-set match against Choco Mucho.
And the journey continues for all our squads. Games on Thursday, that is May 2, right here at the Phil Sports Arena at 4 p.m. The Petrogas Angels, they go up against their OG rivals, the Creamline Crew Smashers. That's going to be a great game. And at 6 p.m., the Chery Tiggo Crossovers will face the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. We will see you on Thursday. Explosive matches coming right your way. Now for One Sports, my partner Ayel Estraniero, Franny Reyes, Derek Alneri, and all the amazing people behind this production. I'm Billy Capistrano, and this has been the 2024 PVL All-Filipino Conference Semifinals.